Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to this video tutorial on how to play the Erisavtuber opening theme song from her streams. This is a little bit of a weird one for me. I tend to not do like video content at all, so if this is a little bit scuff, bear with me. It's my first time doing any kind of video recording at all. So for anyone who doesn't know me, my name's Crunch. I'm a mix and master, producer, engineer. I'm also in the band Seasons Apart, where we do a bunch of Japanese cover songs there as well. So I've been trying to do this video for a while now, and I've just not been happy with how it's been turning out, and I also kind of struggle editing videos. So the way I ended up doing it is this way, where I just hit record on everything, and I just do it all at once, kind of like a stream. It's gonna have the vibe of like one of those weird sort of Zoom lecture recordings that you'd have at like college or university. So yeah, if there's any scuff, we're just rolling with it. So yeah, this song is written by Bensu, whose details I'll put in the description if I do end up uploading this to YouTube, and I'll also put Arisa's details in the description as well. This song is written in an A minor key, and it uses the A minor harmonic scale, which is A, B, C, D, E, F, G sharp, A. The difference between the natural and the harmonic minor is actually on that G there. So a natural scale would be using the G natural, but for harmonic, we use the G sharp. One thing to note as well, I have a cold. I'm kind of just coming out of a cold now. So if my voice sounds a bit groggy, it is what it is. We're getting there. The way I'm going to try and do this video is in a few separate parts. So I'm going to do right hand, and then a simplified version of the left hand to go with the right hand, and then I'm going to introduce the chords in as well after that one. And then if you want to do arpeggiations, you can add those in as well. I think that's about it. I'm just going to get along with doing the tutorial now. The way I'm going to do this, actually, I'm going to assume that you're going to go back and like loop it and just look at things again and again and again. So I'm going to do a really slow version of it, the part that I'm teaching, and then a slower-ish version of it, and then I'll do full speed, and then we'll move on. And that way, the video doesn't end up being 45 minutes long, like the original one was, when I did basically a full rundown like it was live. But fortunately, this isn't live. You can just sort of run the video back. So we're all good, and I don't have to stand up for 45 minutes, which I've done for multiple hours now trying to record this. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Right, so without further ado, let's get this going. So we start on the A up here. I don't know what number A that is. You'll just have to play around until you find the one that's on your keyboard. My keys are 61 keys. You might have an 88 key, or just an actual piano. So, you know, it's this one here. So the first part, really slowly, is A, E, G, F, E, F, E. So that again. And then sped up. Okay, so the next part we've got is called a chromatic run. So when we say something's chromatic, is that it's running up every single key on the keyboard from a certain point. So if you say a C chromatic scale, we start at C, and you press every key in order. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a chromatic run between E and C. So after we've done the, you repress the E key, like that. So So maybe practice that a few times just to get that run down, especially if you've not done a chromatic scale before. There's kind of two ways I'd say you could do this little run. So you could do like a one between like your first and your fourth finger. So your thumb and your fourth, these two. Because then you can go to the C on your third. Because we're going down after this. But the way that I do it is I just slide my finger off the C sharp onto the C. Although when I play it live, I don't know what the heck I do. So it's more of a do as I say, not as I do kind of thing. But whatever's most comfortable for you. Just make sure you've got enough room to go all the way down here afterwards. So yeah, that all put together quickly. Like that. So the next part we go down. After we go B, A, G sharp, A, B, E, E. So that again. And then at full speed. All right, so you're halfway through the right hand already. So let's go through all of that section together. I'll do it slowly and then I'll do it at full speed. I just noticed I tend to go faster on that run, even when I say I'm going to do it slowly. And then I'll do full speed now. All right, so on to the second half now. So where we've ended on the E here, we now go up to the F. E, A, G, F, E, D flat. So all of that again. F, E, A, G, F, E, D sharp. And then that at full speed. Okay, and once you've got that bit down, we then go back to the E here. So all the way down to the A. G sharp, A. And then you end on the octave there. So after you've done the you tuck into the E here. All right, a little bit more sped up now. All right, and now I'll put the entire second half together. So I'll do it slowly first. And now at full speed. All right. And now all of that together, the first half and the second half, I'm going to put these together slowly, and then we will do an entire run through. And now at full speed. All right, and there you go. That is the entire right hand done, which is arguably the hardest part because there's a lot of weird things going on in there. Okay. Let's put a really simplified version of the left hand with this now. So I'll run through the left hand by itself first, and then I'll add it in for timing context because it's quite difficult to sort of grasp where the timing is of these single notes without them in context of the right hand. So that's the way we'll do it. So for the left hand, we'll start on this F here, and you're gonna go F, G, A, G, F, D, E. All right. Once again. F, G, A, G, F, D, E. All right. So pretty simple by itself. Get that down. Get that little the sequence down, and then once you've got that, we're going to start adding this to the right hand. So this is the first section of the right hand. So what I'll try to do is I'll tell you which notes line up with which ones, but the song is actually in 4/4. So 4 bars of 4 counts, and these notes always hit on the first count of each bar. So let's start off really slowly. So A and F together there. E, G's together. A and E together. G and E together there. F and C together. The G sharp and the D together. And on the second E there, that's where both of those E's meet. Alright, let's run that again. So A and F, E, G's together. F, A and E together. Up, down with the E and the G there. Yeah. F and C, G sharp, and D. On the second E there. Okay, and at full speed, that sounds like this. Okay, and now for the second part, left hand. So it's a little bit different, but don't let it catch you out. So we go F, G, A, and then up to the B here. because this chord here is actually a B major. So I'll run that again. So F, G, A, B, and then you go back down to F here, F, and then these two are half notes. So you play them double the speed that you would have these other notes. So D, E, and then back to A. So it's F, D, E, A. Right, let's run that again. So F, G, A, B, F, D, E, A. So that with the right hand, this part is arguably a little bit more difficult than the first half. So I'll run it quite slowly and then build it up from there. So F, E, A with the G here, G, F with the A here, then E, and then when we hit the D sharp here, that's where the B comes in. Let's run that again. So F, E, A, G, F, E, B and D sharp, and then E and F together, and then D, C, A, and D, G sharp and E, A's together. So that again, F and E, D, C, A and D, E and G sharp, A's together, and then obviously the at the end. Okay, so I'm going to do the entirety of the second half now at a slow pace and then speed up. So okay, and that all together now as a sped up in the second half. All right, so really spend some time trying to get those that first and second half together, and then once you've managed to get them side by side, you should be able to play the entire piece with a left-hand accompaniment. So I'm going to go through nice and slowly for the full track with the left and right hand, and then we'll do a full run through afterwards at speed. So. And then finally, for the full speed version of both the left and the right hand here. Okay, so if you've made it this far, congrats. You've got basically the entire song down. So now all we're going to do is add some chords in, which might seem a little bit scary, but trust me, once you get like the chord structure down in your left hand, you'll be fine. So, a chord is consistent of multiple notes. The most common form of chord is called a triad. So, in our case, if we're going to do F, for example, if you wanted to turn this into a triad, you want 2 whole steps up from the root note. So, a whole step is that's a half, and then that's a full. So 2 of those. So that's the first half of the triad. And then to add the end part of the triad, you then go another 2 whole steps up. So half, full, and then full there. There you go. And that's a F major triad there. So now you've got this basic structure down. I tend to use a 1-3-5 with a triad. So give that a good practice. And once you've got that down, we're going to try and follow the template that we had with the left hand single notes. So we've got F, triad here, and then the next one was a G. So we just simply move that up. And then A, and then G, and then back down to F again. And then we went to D here, so we're going to do a D minor scale, D minor chord here, sorry, which is D, F natural, and A. And then the next one is a E major chord. So remember how we don't, in our scale we have this G sharp here. So this is where it comes in this E major chord here. So the first half there, we've got F, G, A, G, F, D, and then E major. And that's just following the pattern of what we had before with the single notes. So if you add that back in with the right hand now, it should sound like this. One way you can actually make this sound a little bit more connected and smooth, if you have a sustain pedal with your piano, which is the one that makes the notes drag along, this really helps out in this section, because the chords sound a bit, very stabby. But if you add in a sustain pedal, you see you get that kind of motion going through, and it's a bit more smoother. For anyone who hasn't used a sustain pedal before, the best way to use a sustain pedal is press it down when you press a chord, and just before you're about to go to the next chord, release it, and then immediately hit the chord afterwards, and then press again. Because if you play all the chords without releasing the sustain pedal, you get a lot of mud in the background there with the notes all still hanging on. So make sure to release the sustain pedal before the next chord, and then press down on the chord that you're playing. So with the sustain pedal, it sounds like this. Much better and a much more sort of glued together, cohesive feel to the song now. Alright, let's move on to the second half of the song now. You may have noticed a cut there, by the way. My keyboard actually broke mid-recording, so I had to redo a bunch of stuff. Apologies about that, but we're here now. So let's get on to this second half now. So there is one particularly difficult chord in this section now. We start with the F as usual, and then G, and then A. But then when we get to the B here, which we'd usually play by itself, this is actually a B major chord. So the best way I'm going to advise you play this chord is fourth finger kind of up here. Your second finger on the D sharp, and then the thumb on the F sharp there. There's also the option to play it with your pinky finger on the B there, if that's easier for you. I tend to switch between both of them, so you know, whatever preference you have. But just make sure that you've got your fingers in a comfortable position on the keys. So even if that means, you know, resting your pinky finger up a little bit here, like that. So run through that chord again. So F, G, A, and then B here with the two black notes there. And then we go back down to F. Then it's D, E, A. So these two are a little bit quicker. Like that. So the left-hand chords all together are and then when you sync that with the right hand, you've got there you go. Sorry, the keyboard's a little bit temperamental with how hard I press the keys, so sometimes I have to replay a chord. But I will do it once again now, just for clarity. So yeah. And that is your second half done with the chords. So let's put it all together now with the right hand and the left hand chords. I'll try and go a little bit slower, and then we'll do a full run through with all the chords afterwards. I realised I kind of did that fast then, so I will actually do it at full speed now and show you what it sounds like when you play it at the right pace. Okay, and that is how you play it with the chord progression there. If you want to take it a step further, you can, and the way you can do that is by using arpeggiations in the left hand. So arpeggiations is playing all the notes of the chord in a single note fashion. It's also called a broken chord, but the meaning's kind of interchangeable really between the two phrases there. So the way you can arpeggiate is by where we've got the chord. You simply just play them in order. And that's an arpeggiation of an F major chord, or a broken F major chord. Since we are on a 4/4 timing here, we need to match the 4 counts in a bar with an arpeggiation. So the way you can do that is by going 1, 2, 3, 4. So you return to the middle note for the 4th note. So it goes. And then if we're going to do the chord progression now, so we can do F. And then A. Back to G. Then F. D. So kind of like that. And with regards to the timing in the right hand, it's best not to think too hard about it in terms of like which notes go with which note in the sort of broken chord or arpeggiation. Reason being is if you worry yourself too much over the specific timings, your head's going to explode. So what I can recommend you do is have a count going on in your head and keeping a steady rhythm with your left hand, and then just playing the right hand as you would. It's a lot easier said than done, and it'll probably take some time to practice, but you should be fine if with a little bit of practice. So yeah, just keeping that rhythm going and thinking about it. Well, obviously trying to focus on what you're playing as well, but yeah. So all together, slowly is. So you see, you're just keeping that dun 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 in the left hand, and not thinking too hard about what note it goes with in the right hand, and then you just play the right hand as you usually would with the timing, and it should sync up a lot better than you thinking. All right, so I need to go, and then the A and the E here need to be together, and then the G needs to be with this B here, and you know. You'll drive yourself nuts. So getting that constant tempo down in the left hand will really save you a lot of time, and will make your arpeggiations feel a lot more cleaner as well. So the second half we can go into now. So it'll be G, A minor, then B major, F, D, E, A. Now, you'll notice I did something a little bit different for the D and the E there. Because they're half time, so they're basically double the speed that you'd play a normal note at. We only have two counts available for each chord. So I just play the first 2 notes of the triad there. So D, F, E, G sharp, A. Because you've got no time to do all this, unfortunately. So yeah, if you consider that as sort of a half, then you can end on the A there for just a bit of a closure to the piece. Okay, so all of that together with the right hand slowly sounds like this. And then up to speed, we've got. You can also run the triad up to the A there in the right hand if you wanted to add that in, where you've got some empty space. Okay, so with the arpeggiations in the left hand and then the right hand synced up together, it should all sound like this with all the parts together. And that's it. That's the entire song. I have nothing else to teach you other than just practice and practice and practice, and hopefully you'll get the timing down. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Very best of luck with learning the song, and yeah, I'll see you guys around.